Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 43 of Isolate, Meditate, Create. My name is Jessica Lynn Johnson. I'm the founder of Soaring Solo. Soaring Solo is a company dedicated to the direction and development of one-person plays. So welcome to this experience. We are doing it every day during quarantine, and it is meant to connect us to one another and to our own creativity during this time. So hopefully you'll get some beautiful gems out of it, have some healing, some creative expression, whatever it is that you want to get out of it. All right, please make sure you have something nearby you to write with and write on. As soon as we are done meditating, we're going to begin writing together. And just go ahead and find a seated, comfortable position somewhere and close your eyes. And let's just begin by slowing everything down and just getting in touch with our breath. Audible exhales out if you need them. Just trying to release whatever tension or stress you might have. And just noticing your thoughts, but letting them pass through. Tried not to attach to any of them. Just allowing your mind to clear and to create a blank canvas. And just imagine that every breath is filling your body with warm and nourishing light from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And just take a moment to do a body scan from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet and notice where you might be carrying any discomfort or tension or pain, or you might be clenching muscles. Just breathe deeply into those places. Further allow yourself to just relax, release, and melt into the seat beneath you. Letting your shoulders drop, your facial muscles relax, your hands and feet relax. And just feel all the support that is available to you. The support of the ground or the chair beneath you. The support of one another on the Zoom call. My support. Most importantly, your own support. Taking this time for yourself, for self-care, and for creative expression. And just imagine that with every in-breath, you are breathing in what serves you, what fills your cup, what nourishes you. Optimism, hope, abundance, faith, gratitude, kindness, love, humor. Breathing in whatever serves you and fills your cup. And imagining that on every out breath, you are releasing those things that do not serve you, that are keeping you stunted or blocked. Letting go of judgment, resentment, bitterness, scarcity, fear, paranoia. Whatever that is that you need to let go of, just release it on your out breath. And continuing in this cycle of allowing your breath to nourish you on your in breath, and then exhale what is not serving you on your out breath. And imagine that your breath is starting to transform. And slowly on your out breath, you are now able to give back to the world whatever it is that you have to offer. So breathing in the things that fill you and serve your cup, and then on your out breath, you are returning gratitude, kindness, faith, hope, love, humor, generosity, abundance, whatever it is that you have to return back to the world on your out breath, and allowing this cycle of breath to reflect giving and receiving, giving and receiving. And in this next moment, I'm going to guide you through a visualization. So just keep your eyes closed and your breath deep and your body relaxed. And just allow your intuition, your creativity, your imagination to guide you. Try not to make any sense of it or try to control it in any way. Just go on the journey and know that you never have to share anything that comes up for you unless you choose to. So be very uncensored and very free in this experience. I'd like you to call to mind a time when your health was compromised, a time when your health was compromised. And that could be your physical health, but it could also be spiritual, emotional, mental health. Just recalling a time when it was compromised in some way, shape, or form. So just allow that memory to surface for you. And what was compromised about your health? So let's be specific, remembering as many of the details as we can. If it was in your physical body, what were the ailments and how did it feel? And again, if it was emotional, spiritual, or mental, what was in disarray or unhealthy in that moment? And just recall what it was like to be in that state. And just recall the details in terms of when it happened, like how old were you? What year was it? What season of the year was it? Was anyone else there involved in this moment of your health being compromised? Just let the whole memory surface with as many details as possible. Where were you? Were you staying at home a lot? Were you out and about? Were you on vacation? Where were you? And was there anything that led to this for you, to this health compromise? Was there a series of events, or again, if it was physical, were you around someone else who was sick? What was the What were any precursors leading up to this, or did it just feel out of nowhere? And did you have any sort of support system during this time? Were you having to face all of this on your own? Did you have dear friends or medical professionals or family? Was there anyone there to support you during this time in large or small ways? If so, who was that person or people, and what did they do? And did you learn any lessons during this time? Did you have any insights? Is there any sort of perspective or paradigm shift that happened during this time when you didn't feel your optimal health? Did anything change in your point of view perspective? Did you learn a lesson? And how did you feel during this time? What was the state of your feelings? And how did you come back to health? How were you nurtured back to health? How did you take care of yourself? How did you become healthy again? Or if you don't feel that you did entirely become healthy again, where are you at now with your sense of health in this area? Where are things today? And ultimately, how did this experience change you or change your circumstances? How were things different, even if only subtly, on the other side of this experience? Internally and externally, how were things different? And just take another moment in this memory and examine it for whatever insights, pearls of wisdom, final thoughts and feelings it has to offer you. And just be in this memory for another moment. And taking another deep breath in. On our exhale, just coming back to this moment, Slowly opening our eyes. And please reach for whatever it is that you have to write with or write on. I'm going to give you 8 minutes to write about whatever came up for you. And just please try to be as uncensored as you possibly can and give yourself the gift of a first draft. Let it be messy, let it be uncensored, let it be raw. Some ideas, if you need them, you can just write from first person and write a monologue about what you remembered. You could write, you could become a personification of your health or of the ailment that you had and portray that. You could write a piece of poetry or song lyrics or become a character or write a scene between people, whatever it is for you. There's no perfect way to do it. However you do it is just fine. So go ahead and jump on in. I'll let you know when your 8 minutes are up. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat for me. Thank you. You have about 4 minutes left. 4 minutes. And just under a minute left, just under a minute. Okay, please wrap up your writing. Hopefully you got something meaningful out of that and some exploration. If you if your writing is on scrap paper in a journal, like I always say, I would advise that you transcribe it into a document on your computer at some point, probably some point soon, just to keep it safe and to keep it accumulating and turning into something, especially if you're wanting to create a solo show. As we let our mosaic pieces start to accumulate and take shape in a script, we get closer and closer to realizing that dream for ourselves. And you can also read everything that you've written up to this point. If you've been a part of this experience for the last 43 days, you probably have a lot of really wonderful excerpts, and you can start to look for themes and connectors in your work and look and see if there's a clear dramatic question or an objective that your protagonist is in search of. So things like that you can start to explore. And I also encourage you to share at least some of what you've written with someone else who you trust, who can hold safe space for you and reflect back to you what they see in your work. And I think a good place to start with that kind of feedback is simply asking them for praises and questions. So the things that they loved that resonated, and the things that they had questions about or weren't clear on or want you to expand upon. That's a really great supportive way to start a conversation and get some feedback. But stay in a safe space where you're not getting too heavily critiqued while you're being so vulnerable. Um, if you look in the chat, I put a bunch of different announcements. So please feel free to see. I think I put 5 different announcements in the chat because there's a lot coming up. There is 2 of my free classes this month in May, on May 16th and 30th, for one-person play development. So that's an opportunity for you to share something that you might have written in the morning meditations, or something else that you've written for your solo show outside of this experience is welcome as well. I try to see as many people as I can during that time. And in my class, I also guide you through some sort of writing prompt, whether it's a visualization like we do today, or something else. So there will be an opportunity to get new material from that experience as well. But I do require an RSVP. So go to my website, go under free stuff. So jessicalynjohnson.com, go under free stuff, and RSVP for my class. And then this coming weekend on Saturday, I'm so excited. It's the 5th installment of the Soaring Solo Spotlight webinar series. So I've been doing a webinar series where I interview different solo artists, and we collaborate together to design a curriculum for you based on that artist's zone of genius, and also my own personal experience that I've garnered from being in this industry for almost 2 decades. So this coming Saturday, TL Forsberg is my special guest. And she is a diversity performer who is deaf, and she is known as the deaf Lady Gaga. She's a singer-songwriter. She's an incredible diversity performer. And so we're going to be really talking about what edutainment is. So how do you educate and entertain your audience at the same time? So she's going to speak a lot to that. I'm going to speak to touring your show, especially in the collegiate university circuit, and how you can make a living doing that. And those things go hand in hand, because when you have a strong edutainment piece, and you know how to break into the college market, those things go together beautifully. So we're going to really unpack that and take a close look at that. And so that's happening Saturday, 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. So a suggested donation is $30 for that. And if you can't swing $30 right now, we totally get it. Just pay what you can. We're honoring that as well. So just email me at soringsoloartist@gmail.com if you want to join us on Zoom for that. It's going to be pretty awesome. And yeah, and then I just have my small groups, my power pairs, and my one-on-one coaching. If you're interested in any of that, let me know. Just pop me an email if you want to know more about what that would look like. And I think that's everything. Oh, my open mic. So if any of you guys wanted to participate in the Soaring Solo Snacks, which is an open mic dedicated solely to solo artists, because we know that, you know, the Moth has for storytellers, or obviously there's a bunch of stand-up comedy open mics, but this is specifically for the solo artist. So you don't have to have a funny piece, and you don't have to have a dramatic piece. It can be whatever piece of solo theater you want to share. It is first come, first serve, and I will have pre-selected a handful of solo artists who will showcase throughout the night as well. But there will be opportunity for people to just jump in and join. Suggested donation for that is $5, with some of the proceeds going to the Whitefire Theater. So that's May 15th. 6 p.m. Pacific time, and we'll probably go till about 8:30, and I'll see as many people as I can, and it'll be just a great community event to hear one another's stories and what we've been writing, and what pieces of our shows we want to share. So I think now I think that's really it. I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and just have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye, everyone.